and welcome back to this Italian Unification series. And since I've changed the objectives of this now to only include sort of Italy and not the sort of rather strange ideas of taking the Balkans and Vienna, since that's way too hard. We're kind of on the verge of victory. We only need to take this province and then we're victorious. However, this army is badly beaten. This one is kind of beaten as well. We do have reinforcements on the way, but there's still some full stacks hiding around here in the corners. We still have the Russians. They've got quite a few men left, and yeah, let's go ahead and in turn. One of the problems I realized, actually, because I was fighting a smaller battle in between here, is that because the enemy's units have 240 men, that means that they have, each man has 10 bullets, which would mean that they have about 2,500 compared to my soldiers, which there's about 160, which each have 10 bullets, meaning we have about each of our units has about 1,000 less bullets. And I see this a lot, that my men run out of bullets a lot quicker than the enemy. Anyways, let's go ahead and end turn. I'm not entirely sure if that's the way it works, but I think it works like that because I run out of bullets so much quicker than the enemy. So I imagine that's the case, but it could be something else. Napoleon, if you go ahead and take Milan, I'm gonna get pissed. But it seems like it's just gonna hide in the forest. Oh shit, another Russian full stack. No way. Ah shit. So we held off against one huge Russian attack. Now there comes another one. Right. Well, you know what? On to the battlefield. And here we are at the siege, a very similar setup as last time, and the Russians are attacking us just as last time as well. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to charge out and meet these guys, try to stop them from getting at the cannons. Boom, we managed to kill off those guys. Can I get my cannons to fire that way with the canister? See if we can break the Russians that are coming on right here. I sent my troops in to hold them back. Hopefully we'll be able to concentrate fire with the cannons straight into the Russian lines right here. Ah shit, our line is broken. I want the two cannons then to fire straight into that mess. And I want the light infantry to come back a little bit on an angle. Hold fire. And then fire into this mess. I want you guys to move into standard line and start fighting with these guys. And I want both cannons to try to retreat back. They're really going for it, the Russian infantry, trying to get at the cannons. But they've got a little bit of a strange setup in terms of where they're setting up their troops. We've got tons of Russian troops along here, and we've got lots of Russian troops over here. And then we've got a concentration of Russians here. Looks like these... oh shit, they're mobilizing these guys. Coming towards the fort. Get back on the guns. God damn it. I think we're gonna have to switch these guys over to this side. Get back on your guns. Hold fire and then fire at will. We've got Russians on the way. I'm gonna hold fire here until they are clear within reach of the infantry. So they're close. And there we've got a shot. Concentrated fire. Destroy the unit within seconds. Now, however, we need to reform the line to prepare against the oncoming of the line infantry. Ah shit, the Russians are already here. I'm not entirely sure. Get your canister going. Same with you guys. Switch to canister. We've got single cannon each on both sides. Are they gonna climb back there? We still have quite a good battery situated over here. And I want you guys to start blasting that way. And you're gonna have to blast that way as well. We have the light infantry. Gonna have to turn. We're gonna lose those two 12-pounders, unfortunately. Let's see if you can target there, and you can target the guys coming in there. Shit. And over here, the light infantry is doing their work. Shooting down those guys. Didn't know I told the hussars to attack out there. So the Russians are coming. Get the cavalry and ready them for a charge. The Russians really not bothering stopping to fire at all. General's gonna go ahead and inspire this unit, see if he can see if he's able to improve a bit. And this one's gonna fall back, see if we can continue the fire. And you're gonna have to fire that way. You're gonna have to drop your square, go into line. And we're gonna have to throw in the cavalry. Cannons giving their fire. Gonna have to tell the cannons, however, to hold their fire at this point, since we don't want to blast our own cavalry. I want the cavalry to continue into this. I'm surprised that the light infantry unit right here is actually holding against so many Russian units. We held off the Russians over here. And now we got a massive rout of Russian troops. That's going to be chased down by our cavalry. Are they trying to... Yes, they have climbed up. They have climbed up. They are on the walls at this point. I'm going to take this unit and retreat down into the fort. Let's see, how's it going over here? There's so many Russians retreating right now. And there's so many dead Russians as well. The Italians really giving the Russians what for. I'm gonna retreat to light units inside the fort. We've got the line, that's plenty enough. Give that, put them on an angle with the two cannons. That should be enough to hold off there. And the light infantry can come a bit back, a bit closer to the gatehouse. Set up there and fire towards these guys coming on them. That should be able to hold over there. The cavalry should be able to hold against these on their own. Charge them in the back. I wonder if we're able to... yeah, we're able to get through our own spikes. We're losing men, but so are the Russians. Let's see if we can push through, cause confusion within the Russian line, and maybe then break the morale. Yes, the morale is breaking, as the cavalry was able to push around the line. Are you out of ammo? Why aren't you... Oh. Come to the side then and open fire. I think we need the cavalry over there now. Oh shit, they're coming this way. Form the line and tell the cannons to focus their fire into the forest. Come on, break this line already. If I tell you to charge, there we go. Now they're broken. Oh, they climbed down, so they're not gonna actually fight us, try to fight us inside the castle. We're inside the fort. Keep it up, lads. And I want these cannons firing as soon as bloody well possible. Sort of small Russian unit, 43 men. Oh, there were 43 men, now there's only 6 of them. Keep up the fire, break them down. Do we have time to get another canister going? Get barrage going. Ooh, are we're gonna get another shot off. Boom! And only 10 Russians survive. More are climbing. I don't want to lose this light infantry, so I'm gonna tell them to charge in or get inside. And then, where did my cavalry go? Oh, they're here. So the remnants of the enemy army, we've got the general over there, we've got we've got a few regiments on this side. Get the cavalry over here. Looks like these guys are gonna move around and get into the canister stuff. It's not gonna be very good for them. What I want to do, these guys gonna climb down, so light infantry on either side of this house, and the line infantry in the house, and the general behind. Let's see if my cavalry can go ahead and snipe the enemy general, and in that way break down the Russian army, or the Russian troops that still fight here. Interestingly enough, half the unit climbed up here, recaptured the wall, and yeah, that's quite silly. Right, the Russians that were attacking here, they all died. Gonna tell the cannons to hold their fire, and I'm gonna get this unit come along there. And then we need the cavalry to move around and smite the enemy general. Let's see if I can get the light infantry to come along here, fire at the enemy over there. Maybe I can get the light infantry to come up on the wall and fire down on these guys. My cavalry is now going to go directly for the enemy general. And everyone should be running right. Quickly get into your positions. The enemy general has kind of seen us, and we have seen him. And I'm gonna order the charge. The Russian general staff is going to turn his back on us. Well, not really. Well, yeah, he's gonna have his back, and then in the final moments he's gonna turn around. Our men probably more tired than his. And we do have quite a bit of experience, our men, though, and we also have the numbers on our side. I'm gonna take the biggest unit, and I'm gonna try to push it kind of through the general, and then attack. Okay, I want this light unit to come up here, and you to come up here. And then this unit right here needs to come here. Oh, this is actually a split of 2 units. Oh, well then you're gonna have to go bayonet style on them. No, that's not gonna happen. The cavalry is gonna retire. There's no more work in them. These guys gonna have to do a charge against Russian infantry. So that's gonna be interesting to see if we're gonna be able to pull that off. Our men are fresh though. The enemy are tired. There's 90, whereas there's 126. 24 actually. Tell them to charge. And they're gonna get a bit of help from these guys up top, as they're gonna be able to release 1 shot before the charge goes in. The enemy has lost their general, which should improve it for us. Enemies charging into the house. Where do I have my general? General needs to come over here and support the men that are fighting in the house. The Russians are very good at melee fighting, or their specialty is the melee charge for the infantry, which I've heard is, or can be, even higher than the bonus charge bonus that the Lancers get. So how many men do we have? 33 men against the Russians. We probably have quite a few more than us. So I'm gonna tell my men inside the house to retreat. Oh, they died completely? Or was that another unit somewhere? Completely died? Can I get my light infantry to open fire? This smaller unit... Oh, there we go. Now they gave up. See if the Russians gonna... Yeah, the Russians are gonna come out and continue their melee charge. So they have no interest whatsoever in... They could have held the house and fired out from it. I guess that wasn't gonna work for them that well. I don't have that many generals, so I don't want to lose too many. Get them to retreat, and hopefully these guys will be able to shoot down the Russians before they kill my general. Shit. The bloody Russians are gunning for my general. Ah, they gave up. Nice. That means there's only one... Oh shit. There's only one Russian unit left. Can both of you go ahead and attack those? And get rid of this last Russian unit. Come on, there's light infantry with 60 accuracy, plus cannons against one Russian unit. Oh, it's about to break any time now. Was it the officer got hit with the cannon there? No, he's still alive. I guess he realized that the game was up, as it were. And so another heroic defense of Venice, but I mean we're slowly getting whittled down, and so I really need to take Turin before they completely crush us under the boot of all that force. And we're back after the end turn. A suspicious death. One of our general has fallen at the hand of a spy. We upgraded, so we got some new shot. We've got a new ship and new troops. What general died? Was it this one? Ah, god damn it. Thing is, I only have one more general that I can buy. Let's see. I want the reinforcements then. The big part of the reinforcements to march here. And so this army will be able to let's see. So these guys will march and attack. This single guy is gonna hold the town after we leave, and the rest of these guys gonna march in and support Venice. We'll probably, you know what, I'll wait by putting a general in there, and what I'll do is I'll just hold off for now. We got more troops. They need to start marching north, and I need to recruit more troops. What kind of light troops are good? Something with good accuracy. The Swiss Guard guys, they're good. Right, let's go ahead and end turn once more, and hopefully the French won't be able to reinforce this. We have Napoleon hiding here, so hopefully he'll stay stupid and just hide there in the woods. Oh, maybe he'll ambush me if I move out. No, he moved back. Good. But there was another one moving up. Hopefully they didn't move close enough. The Russians brought 2 full stack against Venice. Both of the attacks failed. And army sabotaged. Which one? This one cannot move. But now we have the chance to attack. Very good. I'm gonna move these guys in to hold the town. We've got an admiral. Unit report. We've actually got quite a lot of troops being recruited all over the place. What I need here is a better garrison. Same as this one. And we need to just keep pumping troops out. And then use the navy here to make sure that we've got a lot of cash coming in. Most of our money we acquire must be trade. Trade is not actually as much as tax income. Right, there we go. We've got the army. Let's go ahead and attack. Oh, I thought maybe I would be able to auto-resolve this, but it looks like I'm not going to be able to. So we're going to have to fight this one. Let's go ahead and just save, just in case. And boom, let's attack. And here we have it. The battle outside of Turin, I believe it is. And the French army is actually advancing to us because we've got the superior numbers of artillery. There's quite a few Frenchmen, but I've got a pretty good line set up. We've got 1 line over there of infantry, 2 of the Swiss Guard units, and then we've got another line over there, and in front we've got these light infantry skirmisher units equipped with rifles. That's probably going to inflict quite a bit of damage, especially here since they've decided to put their armed citizenry in the center, quite a few of them. And the right wing is not really that strong. So the strength is really here on their right wing, where they've got cavalry and infantry. I'm gonna hold my fire with this infantry and wait for kind of as long as possible before opening fire with them. What, you know what? What I should actually do is pull them back and then pull them forward so the enemy gets kind of trapped. But I want to hold my position, so my position is within the forest while they should be out in the open. Looks like the armed citizenry, they've taken quite a bit of damage because the riflemen have been firing at very long range. So the enemy's out in the open now. That means that we're gonna move back to our positions, and I'm possibly gonna actually throw these guard troops in here, plug this gap. I think the riflemen can probably hold their own for quite a bit up here before they are forced to retreat. And once they're forced to retreat, what I'll do is I'll just pull them back and let the canister finish off the French troops. Oh shit, I forgot to tell these guys to fire at will. We do outnumber the enemy units though, so we could afford to give them a bit of an advantage there.
Our men are running, sir.
Okay, the riflemen are about to get encircled there, so they need to fall back. I'm gonna send in the guardsmen, actually gonna take this area right there, and the rifleman's gonna take that smaller area. Tell the cannons to hold fire, switch to canister, and the general's gonna come up here. Support. Looks like we've got a charge going on. A very brave armed citizenry officer is leading a charge of armed citizenry, charging straight towards the line. It was actually, I guess it was kind of inspired the general as well, since he charged his men straight into the line. Let's see, tell the artillery to open fire. Kind of making their way through the defensive spikes we've put up here. I'm not entirely sure if that was a good idea, putting them out there, if they soak up a bit of the fire. The general's gonna go ahead and support one of the cannons, and most of the armed citizenry is breaking. So I'm gonna tell the cannons to focus their canister shots this way. So the enemy is making their way through the lines. Shit, they're coming real close here. Come on, get those cannons roaring. Ooh, a few shots here went through. The Swiss Guard needs to come in. And this line right here needs to come in to aid the men, and then the cannons need to fall back. So the enemy line is completely falling apart here, as we can see. There's not a lot of enemy troops left. The center has completely fallen of the enemy's attack. And what we just need to do now is move out there and get those guns. Kill off those artillery pieces. Gonna tell the infantry to start advancing. These guys have a hard time. They've been fired upon from all sides, really, and getting completely destroyed. Oh, we've got one enemy unit that's rallied. But I think we're gonna clear off a lot of the remaining enemies just by using the cannons. Now I want you to line up and fire on them. Same with this guy. To line up and fire on those. We're victorious there, so advance the line forwards. And we're victorious here as well. We've got a regiment turning up in the forest. Move forwards. And then I want the rifles to take up the position right there. I want this Swiss Guard unit to continue forwards. And we got a few remnants. Right, they broke. We've got 2 enemy units. They might break, but it's better to be safe. Oh, they're moving towards these guys. Move forwards a bit, and then halt and open fire. This is probably one of the few units that I've kind of seen that is what's it called? I think it's actually a modded unit, where it's the uniform has been modded, so it's not one of the standard units like everything else in this mod. Oh, who's used his ammunition? This unit right here. Well, that doesn't matter because they're done shooting basically. It's just about mopping up the enemy. It could still go a bit bad given the enemy artillery, but it's not that much artillery that is left. We've got a single cannon right here, which is moving towards us. We've got another few cannons over there. There's also actually moving. They're not holding their ground. What the hell are you doing? Hold the line right here. Thing is, firing on these guys is no good. You'll not be able to deliver enough damage most of the time to actually kill them off with just gunfire. So you're gonna have to stab them. I guess they're drawing their troops to trying to draw their troops together. Okay, these guys decided that they were gonna charge into prepared lines of infantry. Okay, do you know what? Let's just get this done with. Charge. And everyone over here. Charge for those guns, except for you. I want you to shoot down those guys. And the armed citizenry right here were shot to pieces. I wonder if this was the officer that led the charge earlier, because he seems to be leading a lot of charges. Or maybe he died here somewhere. The charge went down somewhere around here. That's not an officer because there's a rifle or a musket next to him. Is that an officer? I think this might be an officer. Nope. It's kind of hard to tell. And in the final moment there, they're fire. It looks like they're firing canister. Yes, they are. So we're losing quite a few men, but there's just too many of us. The enemy does not stand a chance. They're still holding though. They didn't completely break apart as soon as we arrived here. And over at the other side, yes, we broke down that artillery, so it's down to this one. Bastards are still holding. There we go. We are victorious, and with that, I have united Italy under one banner. The question is, of course, if I wouldn't end the campaign right here, how long would it take for the enemy to get those full stacks back into order and attack us and kill us? So they've already have a full stack coming on there. I don't think this unit's going to be able to hold. There's a lot of units all over the place that wouldn't be able to hold out against the enemy. But there we have it. We can kind of see on the map, if it weren't the fact that the Italy is white, but I've got all the provinces that I need now. So I've got all of Italy, and I'm not gonna make it any harder for me, and I'm not gonna drag this campaign out any further. Have Sweden? No, they've got the same color there. It looked like Sweden had attacked and taken that. Anyways, so I'm gonna end it right here, and looking at how sort of basic this mod was, I'm not gonna do a second campaign in it because, well, the few things that were modded into this were so, yeah, it was so basic that it doesn't really. I mean, I can understand why when I googled this mod, why it was so hard to find it, and why I didn't find a single video on YouTube on it either. So I can kind of understand that, why no one really plays it. But hopefully you guys still enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!